Here we go, guys. It's time to get live. We're about to get started here, guys. The chat should be going live any second now. So, I got one of these ads on here. Let's see. Okay, we are live. How's it going, guys? Welcome to the stream. It's been a few weeks. I've been missing you guys, of course. But now it's time to get down to business. Got a lot of stuff to talk about, but we're going to be having a giveaway. So I'm going to tell you in a few minutes how you can enter giveaway for a Mamba stack. Because right now it is Banggood Summer Prime sale. That may mean stuff for you depending on where you live. If you live in the US, it's probably easier to shop at a lot of the US shops, but sometimes there may be deals over there that are worth waiting for the long shipping times. But for those of us in other parts of the world, don't forget, guys, for people outside of the US, Banggood is often one of the best options for them. So that's why we're going to be talking about that sale. We're also going to be talking about some of the sales that have been happening throughout the other shops throughout the world, primarily the US shops. We're going to talk about some of those things. We just had a huge sales weekend last weekend for July 4th. There was a ton of big FPV sales going on at Race Day Quads, at Get FPV, at Ready Made RC, at Airblade, at Catalyst Machine Works, at Armatan. The list goes on and on and on. And so if you never want to miss any of those sales going on, be sure that you are a member of the FPV Sales Alerts group on Facebook. That's where all of those sales pop off in real time so that you can get to the stock before everyone else does. How's it going? Lazy Hug Isaac, man, good to see you too, brother. Bad Habit is here. Man, it's nice to be back. I did take a break for almost a month in order to, oh my gosh, there's dogs barking like crazy in the background. Sorry about that, guys. There's just dogs constantly barking in this house. Oh my gosh, I can't concentrate with all these dogs barking. What was I saying? Yeah, I took a little bit of a break. It just got to be too much. I've been getting a lot of stuff in for review, so that's great. A lot of companies have been reaching out wanting to work with me. That's awesome. So I've been putting out about 3 videos a week, and that didn't really leave time for streaming. So I'm going to try to find a better schedule. Maybe I'll stream twice a month instead of every week, but we'll see how that goes. Also, I wanted to make sure that I was getting back on schedule at the night spot. And so what happens is I usually would stream Tuesdays, but I go to the night spot Monday. And so I started flying at the night spot. Now, the night spot is about an hour away from me. So by the time I drive there and drive home, that's almost 2 hours. Right, so when I'm out there flying, racing at the night spot, you see the place in the videos. A lot of times I would try to be home close to midnight, so I'd leave around 11:30, and that would mean I'd only get to fly for about 2 hours. It really wasn't making sense. So I'm going to try to switch it up, go to the night spot half as often, but stay twice as long. I'm usually one of the first ones to go, but the night spot doesn't actually shut down a lot of times till like 1:32 in the morning. It really is an awesome place to be. John and Chet Mac are here. What's going on, guys? So we have a giveaway today for a Mamba stack, the Mamba MK2 30x30, just like this one. That's going to be coming from Banggood. So all you have to do in order to win is to comment and click on the spreadsheet in the description. As long as you click on the spreadsheet in the description, that's going to help them track. They're actually doing the drawing, and they're going to let me know who won. I will let you know, and then they will get this out to you. So it's going to be coming from Banggood, so it may take a few weeks. I'll see if they can upgrade the shipping for you guys. But hey, a stack is a stack, especially in 2021, especially when all of the chips are extremely scarce these days. It's so hard to find equipment Chet Max says that dogs barking means a delivery is here. That could be. That could be. Man, so much stuff is showing up lately. The channel popularity is growing. A lot of companies are reaching out, wanting me to check out stuff, do testing, stuff like that for them. So it's been really exciting. I've been expanding my studio, stepping up. You're going to see in the coming weeks upgrades in camera. I got a new camera, the Sony ZV-1. That's what I'm going to be using on the go. My main camera is the Sony A7 III that I'm shooting on right now, but it's a little bit bulky to take out in the field, and I've already been getting more field footage. The footage that I posted yesterday, 9 tips in 9 minutes for FPV pilots, that was posted on the ZV-1, and normally I would not have taken a camera out with me just to go do a little practicing. So I'm really enjoying having a portable solution to get that footage for you guys. A few weeks, a few weeks away, Misfits. T-Staff is here, hoping for some sales myself, getting ready to buy my first drone for my birthday after weeks of practicing on the sim. Well, I hope that I can help. If the link in the description below is a list of codes. If you buy anything from there, that'll help me out. Keep in mind, though, if you are in the US, Banggood does take a long time to ship, so if you can wait, you might save a little bit of money. If you're outside the US, then they're probably one of your best options anyway, so go ahead. But pay attention to the FPV Sales Alerts group. If you can find a sale that's closer to your country, that's always going to be the fastest option. So those sales are popping off like crazy in there lately, guys. We're going to go over some of those sales and see what is there. There's a ton of codes out there for all different kinds of things: quads, parts, goggles, radios, everything that you can imagine. I specially requested about 5 or 6 items be on the coupon list. Not all of them made it, of course, because I was requesting like the Nebula Pro, and they're like, hey, there's no stock, so there's no codes to be given for products that don't exist. Okay, sorry, I was trying to help you guys, but yeah, no luck there. But I was able to get a code for the Skyzone 04X. I'm curious about trying that set of goggles out. Hopefully I get my hands on one of those as well. John, yes, I am doing the Banggood thingy, and that's why I'm including the disclaimer, though. Anytime that I'm going to say Banggood, I'm going to also let you know that you're going to wait for it. So if it's worth it to save 20-30%, possibly. If you're only going to save 5-10%, I would say pay a little bit extra and buy it from Race Day Quads or Get FPV or Catalyst Machine Works or Armatan or any of those places. So it's kind of something that I use myself. I still order stuff from Banggood on occasion. I just ordered a set of standoffs. It was the cheapest from there. I don't need them right away, so I can wait in order to save a bunch of money. So hardware, stuff like that is stuff that I routinely order there. T-Stop is in the south here, and then definitely get in the FPV sales alerts. I'm going to go over some of the deals that have been in there, but deal or no deal, what has been exceedingly difficult to get a hold of lately is components for the DJI FPV system. We are still waiting on those things. Oh my gosh, guys, there's no Nebula Pros in sight. There's no Nebula Pros to be found. That's the only viable solution. Of course, all of the original Caddx Vista units are long gone. There's a guy on eBay right now that is trying to sell one of these Vista units for $800. Have you seen this, guys? Have you seen this guy trying to get $800? It's been going on for a while. Now, the price have not actually hit that high. Let me see if I can show this to you guys. I'm going to try to do this. Let's see. Difficult it is to get your hands on these items right now. It's just absolutely insane. how crazy it is. But here's one thing that can help you through this chip shortage is if you're the winner of today's prize. Today's prize is a Mamba MK2 30x30 stack. And when I was like, this is the prize, it's a little bit old, but hey, it's reliable, it works, it almost never dies. I have a couple of really old quads hanging on that wall over there that are still running the OG Mamba 2. So hey, nothing wrong with it. Yes, the price is going up, guys. It's $60 over there on Banggood. It was just $42 not too long ago, but the price is going up. So you can get this prize for opening up the spreadsheet down there, take a glance at some of the codes, and then comment on the video below after the live stream is over. Just put a comment for giveaway. Just comment the word giveaway and you'll be entered. And if you win, I'll let you know. And hopefully you'll get something good. Isaac says you can't get that camera for anything. That's true. Why aren't they making more Vistas? Brutus, there's a little speculation as to exactly why. But it probably has something to do with the chip shortage. Maybe DJI is losing interest in the DIY portion of their FPV system. So they're pushing off the manufacturing over to Caddx. So all of the new units coming forward are going to be made by Caddx. That means the Caddx Air unit and the Nebula Pro now use the same video transmitter units and antennas as before, but they both use a new camera. The Caddx Air unit is essentially a silver cased version of the Nebula Pro, but now those cameras are actually quite good. I would say they're 90 to 95% as good as the original DJI camera. So you're pretty much good there if you can get a Nebula Pro, but the problem is you can't get them because of the global chip shortage. Stock is gone. No one knows when they're going to be coming out with another one. Now, word on the street is that Caddx is going to introduce a new camera. Now, when they do that, is it going to be something good like the Nebula Pro, or is it going to be something terrible like the Nebula Nano? And as we all know, the Nebula Nano is terrible, horrible, disgusting, a crime against humanity. It's one of the most terrible offerings of anything that I've ever seen in FPV. And so crossing our fingers that we get another Nebula Pro and not another Nebula Nano. So we'll see how that goes. Speaking of the rarity, guys, I do have one left. I have one left. Look at this thing, guys. It's still in the package. My goodness. This feels like I was holding like a Spider-Man #1. This feels like I'm holding like some kind of rare unopened Transformers. You remember, if you ever were into Transformers, you know that the Jetfire Transformers, if you had that in the box, the original Jetfire, you could go to some comic book stores and they'd be selling it for like $2,500, $3,500. That's what this feels like, guys. I can't bear to open it. I'm just gonna like put it in a frame and I'm gonna leave this in my will to my grandchildren. This is gonna be the new heirloom in my family. Yeah, that's right, an unopened Caddx Vista from the good old days of DJI FPV. I can't bear to use it. Like, what quad would I put it in? It's just so much. It's so much pressure. It's so much pressure. Oh, okay. I'm going to put this back away. I'm going to put it back in its case and I'm going to lock it and I'm going to put that lock into a safe and I'm going to go take that safe to the bank and put it in a safe deposit box and I'm going to hire an armed guard to stand outside so that there's no way anybody can get this Caddx Vista. So yeah, it's desperate times right now, guys. It's desperate times for anybody that's trying to find DJI. Now, SharkBite has been making some improvements. There's been some new firmwares released, and the new 20x20 single layer board is released as well. Now, what has SharkBite Fat Shark Red Cat done along with the introduction of this new video transmitter was that they made the price at a ridiculous $88. Now, $88, that doesn't seem too bad when you consider the fact that a Nebula Pro is $165. Well, guys, if you consider the fact that the SharkBite VTX does not come with a camera or antenna, so by the time you spend $90 for the video transmitter, by the time you spend $50 for the camera, by the time you spend another $20 for the antenna, you are all in there for about 160 bucks. So it's the same price as a DJI unit. And this thing only goes up to 200 milliwatts. 200 milliwatts. Are you kidding me? 200 milliwatts? What am I going to do with that? Nothing. There's absolutely nothing good about 200 milliwatts on a $160 FPV system. That's embarrassing. It's terrible. And the other thing about this supposed 20 by 20 mounting solution, guys, is that it's like basically 50 millimeters long. It's so long, this shark bite thing. I don't even know how they can get away with saying that it's 20 by 20. I mean, good Lord, you might as well just like mount a full-size graphics card in your quad. Like, that's the size of this thing. It's just absolutely crazy. Here is a race quad that I'm checking out though. This is the Fly Ready RC, or Sky Ready RC, sorry, Cobra SLX. Check this thing out, guys. The owner of this company actually sent me one of his builds. I saw him racing this at the qualifier, and we kind of figured out I should check this out. But instead of building my own, I actually wanted to check out all the tips that he put into this, and I don't see anywhere that I could fit that gigantic shark bite video transmitter in there. But stay tuned. You're going to see this race frame on the channel very, very soon. It looks extremely tough. Check out the motor protection on this thing, guys. Check out the motor protection. I'm really digging that. All right, let me catch up on the comments, guys. I don't even know how many people are in the stream right now. How many people are in the stream? Okay, we just got, I don't know. I mean, how do you tell? Like, I don't know. It says there's 7 people in the stream. Is that right? I don't know. Okay, so Brutus says, why don't they make any more? Okay, chip shortage, yes. 3-inch frame with a 4 motors is actually a pretty good deal. Mike is here. What's going on, Mike? The original DJ camera is next, session 5. You know what, Yannick G, that's what I've been saying, guys. The hyperinflation that we saw on those session 5s, I am regrettably thinking that that is going to be the type of hyperinflation that we're going to see with these Caddx Vista units. So, man, it's a little scary. John says, don't open it, frame it. Yes, I'm going to keep that sucker under lock and key 24 hours a day. So Jim, yes, there is a giveaway. Yeah, Jim. So in order to enter the giveaway again, you have to open up the spreadsheet link in the description below. Browse the Banggood links. If there's anything you want, buy it. You don't have to buy anything to enter the giveaway. So all you got to do is check that out. Then go and leave a comment after the stream is over, and just leave in your comment giveaway. So that's how you enter. If you didn't catch this live, it's okay. You can still follow those 2 steps. I believe they're not going to actually draw the winner until the weekend, but I don't know that 100%. Yeah, John says, why invest in gold bars when you can buy Caddx Vistas? That's right. This Vista, oh my gosh. This is a gold mine. I might not have made any money with Dogecoin, guys, but I'm definitely going to be sitting on some cash with this bad boy. Speaking of cash, one of the best investments I've ever made was this bad boy. I've talked about it on the channel a few times. This is the Seiko Arnie H558. So just a little bit of a wristwatch check today while we're talking about things that have appreciated greatly. This was the same model of watch that Arnold used to wear in a lot of those movies in the 80s. He wore this watch in Commando, he wore it in Predator, he wore it in Raw Deal, and it became known by collectors as the Arnie. So I'm kind of a big movie buff, if you can notice by watching the channel. So about maybe 12 or 15 years ago, I became obsessed with getting a copy of this. I spent about 2 years. I finally was able to get one. I think I was able to get it for about 300 bucks. If you go on eBay and look up one of these now, they're going for about 8 to 900 bucks. So that was a pretty good investment. Although I'm never letting go of this thing either. I love it. It's probably one of my most prized possessions. Yes, I have technically nicer, dressier watches, but this thing is tough. And whenever you're wearing it, it's like plus 20 Arnold quote PowerPoints. Why do you think I'm able to get away with saying Vista so much? Because hasta la vista, baby. That's right. So get a bodyguard because you can literally get robbed for one of these days. Yes, DQ. And I'll tell you what, guys, I don't know if this is happening everywhere in the world or if it's just a Houston or Texas thing, but man, it's like the wild, wild west out here these days. People are getting robbed, people are getting carjacked, people are getting shot, tempers are low, road rage is high. So if you're driving around, somebody cuts you off, I recommend do not honk at them. Unless you're really about to go on impact. Don't be triggering people, guys, unless you want to have a shootout like it's the OK Corral. My goodness, are they doing that where you guys live, guys? Because Texas is just going back to the Wild Wild West, guys, and they're about to pass a law that you don't even need a license to open carry. So it's going to get pretty wild pretty quick. So don't forget to enter the giveaway, guys. That is going on. Have you checked out, Mike says, have you checked out the new Tooth Fairy 2? I've seen that. I haven't had a chance to order it. It feels like it's probably going to fly and perform pretty similar to the Umagod 250 that I had on the channel recently. So if he comes out with a signature motor for that, I'll probably build one up. Just the frame right now, I'm trying to focus on like more complete packages lately. I feel like people like a signature build, so I'm gonna work on my own signature builds, and I'm gonna do like maybe once a year a race build, a freestyle build, a micro build. But I also like doing other people's signature builds, so I really enjoyed doing the 250, the signature build that Umagod came out with, and I followed all of his build tips, and it was just a pleasure, and it was a pleasure to fly putting his tune on it. So that was a lot of fun. Yannick says he bought two Taken 25 HDs just to get the Vistas with the Nebula. Nice. Bruce says he started FPV and he's loving it. What advice do you have for a new pilot? Bruce, my best advice for you is to get as much stick time as possible, and also never reveal your secret identity. No matter what your date says to you, she must never know that you're Batman. Mike says, stay strapped or get clapped. Mike says, Banggood 220 each. It's a pretty good deal. Okay, so let's go ahead and browse this Banggood list of deals real quick. Little bit of savings, something for everyone. But if you don't want to, oh shit. Okay. No audio when you switch. Okay, so I was just talking the whole time. Sorry about that, guys. I forgot to set up the feedback of the audio for that page. Okay, so we went over all the things. There's some bind and flies, there's some parts, there's some motors, there's some radios, there's some goggles out there, and those are some of the kind of things that you can expect to get. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So what is my remote of choice? That is a good question, JDM. I'm checking out a lot of different radios. I actually have on the bench the Jumper T-Lite, the small gamer style one, and the Radio Master T8 that I have a review coming out. And just to make sure I'm not going crazy, I actually picked up another one of these classics, Tyrannus X9D. This is a special edition before it has any of that Axis garbage on there. This is fully compatible with the old school stuff. And of course, I'm probably going to run Crossfire on there, but my daily driver is actually the Jumper T18 Pro. Now, the Radio Master TX16S and all of the special editions have actually become a lot more popular. If you go to a race, you're going to see far more Radio Masters out there than Jumpers, but I personally had been flying the older version of the Jumper prior to that, so my thumbs and muscle memory was used to that smaller gimbal stick throw of the Jumper. The Jumper is also the only radio that is available with the Alps DC gimbals. It's not a Hall sensor, it's a special ultra high premium. I understand that it's probably the same gimbals that are used in the Futaba radios, so I love how smooth it is. But other than that minor feature, they're basically the same, the Radio Master and the Jumper. Now 533, these guys, they just came out with a special edition of the Radio Master TX16S Max 533 edition, and they have some new gimbals on there. Now, their new gimbals, from what I understand, you can adjust the stick travel, you can adjust the height, so they're fully adjustable, and there's adjustment little holes on the front of the radio, so you don't have to take them apart in order to adjust all that stuff. So that is a really good option. If you're looking, check out the guys over at 533. Speaking of 533, they're a really awesome company. We just had the Freedom Spec Championships this past weekend. If you didn't catch that, some of our local crew went out there. Lamone, Yvonne, and Neil NM Grow were representing the Houston crew out there. I believe Yvonne got 16th. I can't remember where Neil finished, but it was really cool. Mason Lively, I believe, was the winner of that competition. It was he actually beat Heads Up himself. And so this is my Freedom Spec quad. Even though I wasn't able to go to that championships, I am running Freedom Spec. I have built a couple of analog quads. Freedom Spec is so fun. If you don't know what it is, it's running a 6S quad. You have to have these heads-up motors, you have to have the heads-up prop, and you have to use a 3S battery, and you have to have a minimum weight of 460 grams. So running a 6S quad on a 3S battery sounds crazy. It is a bit slower, but man, it is some full throttle fun. I haven't had this much fun racing in quite a long time, and the batteries are exceptionally cheap. It's like $12 a battery, and you can fly for like 3 minutes, 4 minutes of full throttle. It's such a blast. So that has me renewing my enthusiasm for drone racing, and this is the analog Predator 5 right here. This is the pro version of the Open Racer. If you saw the Open Racer review on the channel recently, I showed a brief glimpse of this. I'm helping to test this pod that I've been printing out of a nylon derivative PCTPE, and it's super tough and super light. So more on this. There'll be a video on this coming up pretty soon as well. Mr. Steele claimed that Banggood only gets merch from manufacturers that didn't pass QC tests. I haven't really seen any indication of that. That it's, I guess what you're kind of saying is it's like a Marshalls or like a TJ Maxx of FPV that they get like poor QC products. I haven't seen any indication of that. I've bought in like Mamba stacks from them or from Race Day Quads or from Get FPV or any of those shops, and I can never tell a difference. They all go in the same pile, and I haven't had any failure any higher than any other shop. So I don't think that that's quite true. The reliability of a lot of these products in this industry is not always super high. Now, Banggood actually seems to be pretty good at giving you a replacement if you ever had any issues. At least they always have with me. It just takes a long time. They are slow shipping, and I mean slow, and it's even slower right now. So keep that in mind if you do order from them. You can save a couple of bucks, but it's going to take a little bit longer. So if it's something you don't need right away, go for it. Has anyone built the DigiView Raspberry Pi for DJI out yet? I've been meaning to do that, Mike. Ever since I made that video about DJI video out, I was using the laptop that I'm on right now. I do have a Raspberry Pi over there. I think Banggood actually sent it to me last year, and I still need to make a video on it. So, never mind. Tesla FPV is there. Oh man, Tesla FPV, that's a cool name. You know, it seems like every FPV YouTuber, once you get to a certain level of success, you have to go out and buy a Tesla. So I've been shopping for mine. I'm really eyeing the Tesla Model 3 Performance. It's fairly reasonably priced. It can fit multi-GP gates in it. It can fit a generator to take out to the field in that front. I believe you can fit a generator in there. And man, imagine running your quads on 6S and your Tesla on, you know, whatever S that is. Like, that would be pretty sweet, right? So we'll see if that comes true. I mean, low 11-second quarter mile in a 4-door, yes, please. If my current car right now, the Q50S, is a hybrid, so I have a small electric motor along with the full-size 3-liter V6 on there, so it's actually faster than the standard one because it has the regular motor plus an electric motor. That gets it's probably the fastest car I've ever owned. It probably does like a 13.5 quarter mile or something, but 11-second quarter mile, that is ridiculously fast. So we'll see if I get one of those Teslas. I don't know. T-Staff says that you mentioned that you were going to run Crossfire on your radio you just picked up. What are your thoughts on ELRS? Yes, that is the module that's actually in my jumper. It's downstairs in the garage. So this is one of my racing quads, and there is the ELRS EP2 receiver in there, the one with the little ceramic antenna on it. So I have converted my 3 main race quads over to ELRS, and I'm loving every minute of it. I've been putting that in all of the quads that I've been testing that are either micros or racers. It's super cheap. It's super low latency. They have a 500 hertz refresh rate on the ELRS if you enable it, and my goodness, it feels like it feels like it's reading your mind. Now, the range on this tiny little antenna is probably not spectacular, but we don't go far on our race quads anyway, so I'm loving ELRS. I actually have a video coming out tomorrow on the ELRS system, so make sure that you're subscribed so you can check out that. I've been putting it on micros as well. Let me grab this for you guys. Check this thing out, the FlyWoo Hex. This thing has put a hex on me, but it's not all it's cracked up to be. It's not very durable, and I don't know if I would recommend it, but stay tuned for the full review on this. But I did put an ELRS receiver in this thing as well. They shipped it to me with R9 because I probably messed up and told them that I used R9, but I don't. And so when I was done vomiting over looking at that R9 receiver and taking it out, I put in a nice ELRS, and it works great. But unfortunately, the arm broke on the first crash. So, FYI. Okay, Gargola is here. That's a cool name, man. P100D for the win. Yeah, that one is out of my price range, unfortunately. But if you guys help me get to 50,000 subscribers, maybe I'll be able to afford it. So please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Don't forget to enter this week's giveaway, guys. To enter the giveaway, open up the Banggood spreadsheet below. And, you know, so... what are you guys doing to get through this chip shortage? Did you stock up? Because there is no DJI to buy. If you're running the fan favorite receiver system Crossfire, is it out of range for you? Because if you didn't stock up on those, you may be having a hard time doing new builds as well, because it's really hard to buy Crossfire right now. That's one of the reasons I'm testing out this ELRS system, because I have enough Crossfire to use on freestyle and 5-inch builds, and I think I'll just convert my racers and micros to ELRS, and that should work fine. I do really enjoy the fact that I can save quite a bit of money, because those ELRS receivers are pretty dang cheap. So what about stacks and other components? There do seem to be enough of those to go around, although stock comes in and out very quickly. But we've seen price increases across the board for stacks, guys. Anything that uses those chips, guys, and I ain't talking about chips and salsa. The prices are going through the roof. Stacks that were $55 2 months ago are $85. Stacks that were $65 are $100. You know, and it's just going on and on and on. So I did stock up. Did you guys stock up when I made the first live stream? Maybe was it 3 or 4 weeks ago, talking about how chip shortage was about to get really bad? Did you stock up? Do you have enough to make it through the next several weeks, months? And that's the other tough thing, is we don't know how long this is going to last. I don't know if it's going to be 6 months, 12 months, 24 months. I'm a little bit reluctant to sell builds right now. Normally I sell everything after it's been on the channel, because it starts to accumulate, as you can see, and I need to make room. But now I'm a little scared, because what if I can't get it? If I can't get new stuff in, then what am I going to make a channel on? So I've been experimenting with electric smoking, guys. I know that you never want your battery to smoke, but what about smoking meats? I may have to change the channel to smoking meats instead of quads if I can't get any parts. But don't worry, I have stocked up enough. I should be able to go close to a year by using all the parts that I've been stockpiling, and by taking builds apart and reusing parts if I really have to. Evil says 80 deals on an analog monitor. What do you recommend? Evil FPV, thanks for the super chat, man. So my favorite monitor right now is the Eachine Moneagle. It's about a 5.5 inch. I have a review of it on the channel. It has diversity with 2 antennas. I don't know if it's true diversity. The reception isn't the best out there, but the screen itself is really nice colors. It has a DVR on board, so I love having that with me. It's actually in my box that I take to the field. I've handed that thing out to people to use as a monitor. Whenever people come up and they see you flying, you don't necessarily want to hand somebody a pair of goggles, because what if they get disoriented and fall over, right? If they don't have a chair to sit in. But anybody can check out a monitor. So I've handed that thing to families coming by to see what we're doing. I've handed it to, you know, police officers that were interested in FPV. They came to check us out. We're always so friendly. You know, if the cops come up, first thing you do is go introduce yourself, say hi, hand them one of these field monitors tuned into somebody's channel, let them ride along for a couple of laps. Just show them, like, look, we're not going higher than the trees. We're not looking at anybody. We're just doing our own little thing away from everybody else. And they're really cool after that. So I highly suggest everybody have a field monitor that you can hand to somebody in a pinch. My favorite right now is the Eachine Moneagle. It's about 60 to 80 bucks depending on the sale price. And that's the one that I use mainly. Yannick says that he knows a hobby shop that has air units in stock. Nice. John says he's harvesting Crossfire receivers. He's not flying as often at this point. Noisy Boy says that he is about 14 Vistas at the time, so I'll be okay for a minute. They're all in quads at the moment. Wow, 14! You know, I had 14 at one time probably, but yeah, there's no way I have 14 now. I don't even know if I have 10 altogether. Wow, that's impressive, man. I you know, I have to sell builds. I I spend quite a lot to keep this channel going. I'm not large like Barbell and some of the other guys that may have a lot of this stuff funded. So if I spend, you know, $400 or $500 to do a build, I gotta sell it, and so that I can buy the next one. You know, I just don't have an infinite budget. So I wish that I could have stockpiled 15 or 20 Vistas, but I just don't have that many. But I think if I keep recycling them, I can keep going for at least a year, hopefully. So subscribe so you can help me purchase $800 Vista units if that's the price that they finally do settle on. My goodness. Telhama is here. What's going on, man? Glad you finally made it. Did you decided to build a Source V is my first DJI quad because of your video? Nice, man. That sounds awesome. I haven't flown that one in a while. I can see it over there. It's up there. I actually was using the motors that were on there on one of my DJI race builds. So I broke one of those motors, so I had to yank one off of my Source V. It was one of those Nova X Lightning B2 motors, really nice motors. But yeah, that's a great build. It flies excellent. And I have seen people putting DJI in those box frames. I guess there's a little bit more room in there, and they have a little bit more protection because of the box that runs around it. So yeah, I mean, I'd say that if you're not going to do a potted racer like Open Racer, then I would probably pick a box frame like Source V, and it's super reasonably priced. So, you know, just buy a couple of them so you got spare parts and boom, you're ready to go. Able Archer says durability in a concrete jungle. Well, you know what? I don't know if I would take a box frame to the night spot, man. The night spot is really unforgiving. There's a reason why I switched to the Open Racer, because these are really thick arms. Look at the motor protection out on the ends of the arms. These sort of floss style arms right here, and then you have the braces. So you have like 3 or 4 layers of protection. For concrete, I would probably recommend something like that. But then again, not everybody sets their concrete tracks up the way that the Night Spot does, like through concrete windows, through parking garages. So like, if it's not quite as bad as that, then yeah, I mean, it'll be fine. Just always, like any racing setup, you want to have a couple of spares. Like when I go to the Night Spot, I take usually minimum 3 quads, probably 4 quads quite often, just in case. And I don't usually go through all of them, but when I get all of the time together to go pack all my stuff, get all the way out there, like I don't want a broken quad to send me home. I'm going to stay there as long as I can, get the most packs I can. So guys, don't forget to enter the giveaway for this Mamba stack. Go check out the Banggood spreadsheet below. You don't have to buy anything. If you are in the US and you want to shop at Race Day Quads, get FPV, Armitan, Newbie Drone, then by all means do. But to enter the giveaway, you do have to open up the spreadsheet, and then after the live stream is over, just post a comment that says giveaway. If you're late to the live stream and you caught this after it's over, still open up the spreadsheet and post a comment, because I think you'll still be able to enter all the way till tomorrow, I believe. I don't know, but just do it. Okay, let's catch up on some comments, and if anybody has any questions, leave them below, and I will answer them. Questions about quads, questions about the chip shortage, questions about life. If you need life advice, you come to the right place. Uncle John will tell you what to do. Yannick says the quad guys are usually hoarders. yeah, everyone's very impressed by that 14 Vistas, man. Hey, you got me beat. You know, I'll freely admit that. Mike says he has 30 Vistas, 12 air units, and 28 of them are in builds, and all 12 air units are in builds too. Holy crap. Am I reading that right? 30 Vistas and 12 air units? Holy jeez, Mike Bergman. Whoa. Okay, sorry. I mean, I almost had a heart attack. Can you adopt me, Mike Bergen? Like, my goodness. Wow. I thought I was a bad hoarder. So yeah, I'm over here with my one bar of gold, and Mike Bergman is like swimming in his Scrooge McDuck money bin full of vistas, doing the backstroke. Man, that's crazy. That's awesome. If it goes in the air, it's destined for the trash. Fly what you want. Talama says. I like that, man. I like that. Talama's also trying Freedom Spec. Makes places light like the H-Town night spot way more reasonable. Yeah, that's a really good point. That's the other reason why Freedom Spec was so appealing, because by the time you reduce the weight so much and put a very light battery and a cheap battery, it's so hard to break anything. Like Lamone is notorious for breaking stuff. He's the number 10 ranked pilot in the world right now that you see on the channel. Yvonne, he went to the Freedom Spec Championships. He participated all weekend racing. He said I think he brought 3 or 4 quads, and he said he only used one of them. Nothing ever breaks on Freedom Spec. So, yeah. I'm actually doing some testing right now. Here's a little sneak peek at what's turning up here, guys. I'm doing some testing because Freedom Spec has me inspired. What if we can find a cheap battery that will give you a little bit more performance than a 3S Freedom Spec without a lot more cost, and cost way much less. Part of the reason why I'm a little nervous to really send it, even on a Tattoo V4, is because those Tattoo V4 packs are so hard to get. And even if you can get them, they're $40 a piece. $40 a piece. And when you're racing, you're flying fast, you're breaking batteries, guys. So that holds me back. So what if I could find a battery that had a little bit of performance, but way less weight and way less cost? I'm trying to find a solution that's going to run $15 to $20 and that's going to weigh 160 to 180 grams. So stay tuned for whatever I come up with. I have a whole bunch of batteries, and I'm going to let you guys know which one wins. But we've had this discussion before, John. I knew you had a lot of stuff, but I don't think I realized it was quite that much. The first step is to admit you have a problem. See, I'm glad that Mike's here on the live stream right now in the chat, because when packages like this that just showed up today, and the wife is just like, oh my gosh, you got more stuff, you got more stuff, you got more stuff. I can be like, hey, you think I'm bad? Mike's got 57 Vistas, and he's got DJI up to his eyeballs. He could put DJI in every corner of his house and have a full security system. Like, I don't know what he's going to do with it. That's crazy. I don't have kids. That's the only reason I get away with being a child. Hey, man, you can have kids and still be a child. Trust me. Bad Habit RC says CNHL Forest 1300 at 88% throttle limit. It's funny you say that, because the China Hobby Line 1100 I'm testing the Tattoo Funfly 1300, both of those on the 4S. I'm testing a 5S and 6S version. Like, I'm doing a ton of testing to try to find the most send it per pack. And so I don't know if 4S, 5S, 6S is going to win out in the end. I'm testing the Tattoo V4 1050. Man, that is an awesome pack, guys. But you definitely, in order to make it 2.5 minutes, you got to put a pretty hefty throttle cut. But still, it's really nice. Talama says that he runs the Emax Eco 2 2207-1900 and party on. You know what? That is what Joe Mama runs. He is a professional builder. He's a builder for Catalyst Machine Networks. You've seen him on the channel. He's a DJI racer. He can pretty much afford to buy whatever, but he runs the Eco 2s. And the reason he does that is because he doesn't want a $30 motor preventing him from sending it, because when you have those expensive components, sometimes they hold you back because you're scared to break them. And he says, by running a cheap motor that still performs well, I can fully have the confidence to just send my quad into oblivion. If it blows up into 1,000,000 pieces, everything was cheap, I'll rebuild it and send it back again next week. So yeah, I gotta try those for sure. Why not use the carbon plates on the lipo strap to protect the bottom? I actually use a battery protector on the bottom of my batteries. Here's one that was designed by Zero Volume, one of our designers in town. This is the one I've been running lately. This really works well for Freedom Spec because of this notch where the lipo strap goes. It holds that battery because the Freedom Spec battery is like a 2200 3S, so it's kind of long and skinny. This does really well. It also does great for a 6S battery. It's a perfect length and it's not too heavy, so they're easy to print. I always have extra of these to give away if there's anybody at the night spot that doesn't have any, and these are also good test prints from when I'm testing 3D printers for review. This is the older style battery protector that I used to run. I found this one on Thingiverse, but I like Zero Volume's one that I just showed you a little better. Waliko619 is here. What's going on, man? Johnson says my kids aren't that interested in drones. Yeah, you know what? I used to fly drones before FPV, like DJI stuff with my kid, but they just weren't that interested after that. After a while, so you know you can't force them, but that's okay. Average throttle position is something stupid like 85%. Yeah, for sure. Freedom Spec is crazy on the throttle. You're running Mamba these days on the daily. Mambo or Mamba? Mamba stacks? Yeah, I'm running those. This is this a Mamba stack? No, but one of my other open racers is I'm running 2 Mamba stacks right now. The Mamba Race. I have the 75 amp version on my DJI racing build, and I have the 60 amp version on my other analog racing build. So yeah, I'm definitely running Mamba stacks on all size quads. So don't forget, guys, we're going to wrap this up pretty soon, but don't forget to enter the giveaway. Click on the spreadsheet below. Just browse. Even if you don't buy anything, you have to click in order to enter. And then also, after the stream is over, leave a comment that just says giveaway and you'll be entered to win. So good luck to out there, whoever can use that Mamba MK2 stack. I will contact you if you've won and arrange for them to ship it to you. And hopefully that can keep you in the air during these terrible chip shortage times. So, you know, hats off to all of the vendors out there putting on sales. We just had a huge sales week in the FPV sales alerts. There was tons of sales popping up on all of the big companies, especially the ones stateside. We had a lot of big sales. So be sure to be in that FPV sales alerts group on Facebook in order to stay abreast of when all of that stock drops. You guys are savages. A lot of times I'll post a link will get posted, and within an hour or two, sometimes less, everything's gone. So you really gotta kind of pay attention to that group if you're looking for something specific. Oh, Mambo Radio. Yeah, Mambo Radio. I have one on pre-order, and I'll be checking it out when it comes along. I don't really think I'm going to try out Tracer right now, but I do want to run Express LRS in the module bay and just see if that's a nice, comfortable size for my hand. I was able to get one on one of the... I actually got one through one of the FPV Sales Alerts deals that was on sale at Newbie Drone for only $125 on pre-order over the July 4th weekend. So I got mine coming for only $125. So be sure you're in there so that you can get those deals as well. Abel says, send the Open Racer to Chris Rosser for analyzing. You know, I've been telling the designer of that, Yvonne, that we need to get some black box data and one of these frames over to Chris Rosser. I would really like to know. I think it flies great. So, yeah, I think I am going to try to do that. I'm going to go bug Yvonne more on that as well. You're a saint, says Mike. Thanks, man. Bobby Bags. There's a giveaway. Yeah. So Bobby Bags, to enter the giveaway, you got to click on the Banggood Summer Prime sale link in the description. There's an Excel spreadsheet with a lot of stuff. Even if you don't buy anything, click on the link. Just they're tracking who clicks on it, and then after the stream is over, post a comment just saying giveaway, and you'll be entered. So there's not been a ton of people this time. I did this at a random time, kind of last minute, so hopefully one of you guys will win. I think there's only about 30 or 40 people total in the chat today, so you probably have a pretty good chance of winning. So let me know if you like this kind of stuff. Hopefully we'll do more of these giveaways. And yeah, I mean, I appreciate all you guys for subscribing. We just crossed 6,000 viewers. You know, I'm still trying to organize a giveaway that I was gonna do for 5,000, and then we already hit 6,000. Man, I gotta catch up with the times, man. Like, it's picking up steam, man. The channel's picking up steam. I really appreciate you guys. I'm getting stuff in every day to check out. Upgrading a lot of my equipment these days. It's crazy. The studio is getting bigger and bigger and more stuff all the time. I'm amassing more and more gear. I don't know if I'm gonna end up keeping this, but like, I got this DJI gimbal the other day to be able to run around the night spots. It's a little bit heavy. I think the Sony ZV-1 camera has some pretty good auto stabilization. I might replace that with that, but still, like, things are getting exciting on the channel lately, guys. So I really appreciate all you guys watching, commenting, participating. It's making a huge difference in me being able to continue this. So Ivan, like Evan, no, it's Ivan like Ivan, but he's from Russia, so it's Ivan. What's your opinion on the Mamba 2004 1700 kb on 6S? I mean, that I actually did fly that. I believe that's the same motor that's on the Roma L5, and I actually flew it on 4S, and it had surprisingly good power, and it flew great. Like, I thought it was going to be underpowered because that does sound like more of a 6S KB, but the board that they put in there was a 4S board, and I was like, oh my gosh, is this even going to get off the ground? And it really did. So if you have a board that can handle 6S, I bet that would be a great combination. So definitely be careful when you do the first few flights. Make sure there's no hot motors. You may have to maybe put a throttle cap, depending on what size prop you're going to run on that. But I bet it would fly great, man. I really liked those Mamba 2004 motors. Some of my favorite ones, the Tokas. Talama says he looked at the Open Racer Black Wick logs and it's a super clean frame. The only better ones are the OG Switchback and Sugar K's. I do have an OG Switchback somewhere. Oh, it's actually right here. OG Switchback. Check that sucker out, man. Yeah, this is a really nice frame. I actually was, I built this up for Freedom Spec, and this frame is so light, guys, that I was like 20 grams underweight. I had to add 20 grams onto it just to be able to meet the Freedom Spec minimum weight. Man, this thing is tough and light. But the thing is, it doesn't have a ton of motor protection. And since we do fly Freedom Spec out at the night spot on concrete, I needed something with a little bit more motor protection. But if it wasn't for that, I would still be flying this OG Switchback, man. Such an awesome, beautiful frame. Duck is here. What's going on, man? I saw your video today. I like the new mustache. I approve. I approve of this mustache, Duck. Go check out Duck's channel, guys. He's doing some really cool testing on shark bite. I believe he actually was an owner of Rotor Riot recently or something like that. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. Can we still disable all the gyro LPFs on Betaflight Pool 3 on those? I don't know. Mike says, I need a Hero 8. Anybody want to trade one for a 5-inch Banggood? Yeah. Thanks. Cowboy says he likes the shirt. Yeah, I love this shirt, man. Heads Up sent me this. Thank you, Heads Up. I am running his motors on a couple of my quads. I got 3 sets. I wanted to buy another set at Freedom Spec Weekend, but they needed to keep those for the racers. So I understand, heads up, I understand. I am going to be checking out a tiny trainer soon on the channel. So that's going to be cool. Stay tuned for that. I got one of those on the way. Doug says he learned from the best. Yeah, I mean, this was really hard to do. I've never had facial hair in my life. And when I stopped working in an office, they sent us home when the pandemic hit. I just decided never to shave. I've never had a mustache. I didn't think I could because I don't really have much facial hair. But if you just let it grow long enough, and you don't ever have to go anywhere in public other than to drone races, which they don't care there, then you too can look like a strange homeless person. Corey Man says that I'm running the iFlight F4 stack on a Transtech laser with a DJI Vista Nano 6S China Hobby Line. Is the battery life too low? I can barely get 2 minutes. Okay, that's the 2306.5. That's probably the Newbie Drone Flow motor. That's a amp hungry motor. So you would either want to get like a 1300 6S, or you could also put like an 80% throttle cap. That should allow you to get closer to 3.5 minutes. And you're still going to have all of that low in power. That motor is really a special motor. I really like them a lot. I have, I have some of these flow motors right here. They're really nice, that 1850 kV. So yeah, if you have 1100 packs, I use those packs sometimes in the field at races too. I just put a little bit of throttle cap. Experiment with 80 to 85%, maybe go as high as 88%, and you'll get a little bit more of that flight time back. Carbon Cage is here. Man, everyone's showing up at the end of the stream. Guys, don't forget to enter the giveaway this week. So in order to enter the giveaway, click on the Banggood spreadsheet link in the description below. And then after the stream is over, leave a comment that says giveaway on the video itself. And you'll be entered to win a Mamba stack 30x30, just like this one. I'll get in contact with you if you've won, and I will tell Banggood to send it to you. So it might take a couple of weeks, but I'll see if they can upgrade the shipping for you. But you'll get a nice Mamba 30x30, just like this bad boy right here. How many of these things have you used over the years, guys? I've probably used like, what, 30, 40, 50 Mamba stacks in all different sizes, shapes. I'm using the race version right now. Super powerful, 60 amps, 75 amps. Pretty crazy stuff there. Dye your beard pink like Dimebag. Yeah, you know, I might have to do that. Corey, man, so, hey, thanks for the super chat, man. He says, cheers, thanks for the input. Yeah, anytime. Are you entering iGal? I probably am not. It's a little time intensive, and I do have some Whoop projects that are going to be coming up. I have that new Express LRS board, so if I can get it built up in enough time, then I might enter. But like, I'm really not a Whoop master. Ever since that iGal game came out, like, I always considered myself a pretty good indoor pilot, but ever since that game's been out, I realized that there are some people that are extremely good at whooping, and so I don't think I would have that much of a chance, but it would be fun, so maybe I will, but I can't guarantee it. Justin Cho is here. What's going on? Dog is dog. Man, that's my dog. Respect for mentioning Dimebag Daryl. Oh, yeah, man. Rest in peace. They have a new design, which is cool. Mine is the previous gen. Yeah, I think I have both the old gen and the new gen. So I think we're going to wrap it up there, guys. Don't forget to enter the giveaway. Don't forget to enter the FPV Sales Alerts group. In order to enter the giveaway, one more time, just click on the spreadsheet link below. You don't have to buy anything. Just click and browse. Of course, if you do see something that you like and you click one of the links, it will help me out, but it's not necessary for the giveaway. If you just open the link and then leave a comment after the stream has ended, you'll be entered. Leave a comment on this video that just says giveaway, and you'll be entered in the giveaway. And if you win, I will let you know. I wish those newbie drones AIO were still in stock. Yeah, man, you know, Race Day Quads got a small batch of them, and they actually had them on sale. The regular price for that newbie drone AIO with the metal case on it was $125, and Race Day Quad had it for $116. So I posted that in the FPV sales alerts group, and they were all gone like a few hours later. But that's why you got to stay tuned, guys. Those things. June says Rip IP Blue Falcon. Man, Blue Falcon really got me started. Rip IP or RIP Blue Falcon. I miss that guy a lot, man. I think about that guy sometimes because he was probably the best instructional video maker that we've ever had in FPV. Like, Bardwell probably has surpassed him now. Bardwell, like, I don't think you understand like what a treasure to the community that Bardwell is. But I think had Project Blue Falcon stayed in it, he would probably still be in the lead. Like, at the time, I think he was probably a little ahead of Bardwell as far as explaining things. Now, he didn't put out the same volume of content, but like, man, that guy was so good, so technical. He helped me get a lot of my first quads in the air, so I really do miss that guy. Yeah, they went fast. Justin, do we have to do anything other than after clicking the Banggood link? No, just click in it, browse through. If you don't want anything, then don't worry about it. But they did tell me you have to at least open the spreadsheet, even if you don't buy something. So in order to enter, open the spreadsheet link below. If you see something you want and you want to buy it, then that will help me out, but it's not necessary. No purchase necessary for this giveaway. And then after the stream is over in just a couple of minutes, leave a comment below that says giveaway and you'll be entered. And so good luck to all of you guys. I hope that you all win. Rip IP Charpoo. No, Charpoo's here. Charpoo's here. Charpoo better not be gone, man. Charpoo threw all his gear away. No. Do you know if open source frame will make a 3-inch or 4-inch? I'll mention that to Yvonne, but he really doesn't care too much for micros. It's Yvonne just really does racing. Maybe he'll do like a 7-inch, but I doubt it. Like, he went out and bought one of those iFlight Chimera 7-inch. It's a really expensive DJI quad because he goes on vacation and he likes to get some long range footage. I'm actually doing a review of his iFlight Chimera. He's supposed to send me some footage, so Yvonne, send me that footage so I can make that review. I'll ask him if he wants to make like a 3 or 4-inch version of the Open Racer, but I doubt he will, just because he's kind of an asshole like that. I'm just kidding. I'll buy anything. I'm always going to use John as the affiliate link. He's active and always putting out good content. Hey, man, thanks, Justin. I really appreciate that. Beard and Hammer. Oh, man, yes, you're late. We're right about to end the stream. But if you want to see a new beard that's just coming in, go check out Duck FPV's channel. He was in the comments earlier, and he's sporting a brand new mustache. That's pretty gnarly. Yeah. I've been asking Yvonne for a 3-inch one for months now. Yeah, that sounds about right. He's mostly working on this new, I'm calling it the Open Racer Pro Pod that you're printing out of nylon. I've had a little bit of tough times testing this. I've killed 2 Predator 5s with this pod, but he just made a new version that I printed last night, so I'll be trying that pretty soon. So thank you guys, as always. Jude says, when are you coming to San Diego? Man, I would love to come out to Cali. I've only been once, and I didn't bring any drones. I don't always have the easiest time bringing quads on vacation because I'm always doing this kind of stuff at home. So when I do go on vacation, I try to, take the wife for a good time. If I pulled out a drone, she'd be like, what the heck, this again? So, but maybe if I get her like a new expensive purse or something, she'll let me bring a drone to Cali. All right, guys. I think we're going to close it off. Thanks so much, guys. Don't forget to enter the giveaway by clicking on the Banggood spreadsheet link below, and then leave a comment after the stream is ending right now that says giveaway. Thanks, guys, for stopping by to the Johnny 5 Show, the show where John is always right, and if you agree with him, you could be right too. Thanks, guys. Oh, okay. Beard says, what did you think about the Freedom Spec racing finale? Man, that thing was so fun. The Freedom Spec live stream was the best racing live stream I've ever seen in my life. It was better than Multi-GP Nationals. Whoever was running that live stream, my goodness, it was absolutely fantastic. So we're going to try to step up our live stream at the night spot inspired by those guys. So stay tuned for that, and thanks again. See